Hey, how we doing? Hey, hi, hey. So yeah, we power washing some more. One, because it is actually kind of fun. Also, I spent a lot of time today not doing anything, so if I try to do something that's kind of low, low impact, you know. Yeah. So yeah, there will be some space power washing for sure. 'Cause I would like to wash. You can do more washing in Star Wars, so why not? The cantina. Hey, are you a cleaning droid? Good, because things just got messy back at the cantina. Clean the whole place. I've already tossed Woo here more than enough credits to cover it. You'll need to impress him quickly, though. He won't be a fan of yours. They can kiss my robotic butt. I think there might be an achievement relevant to the cantina. Falcon. Air droid added. X-Wing. Superstar added. Complete. Yeah, looks like it's just complete the mission. Okay, there's one buried somewhere. That's for to start. Maybe that droid bump up to you too. So it was an insult. Feels a compliment. Well, yeah, same to you. Got as far as I need to start. Wash it all away, cause it's dirty AF. Oh, this is... Yeah, I think this is the, where the band plays. It's where the Cantina band plays. Neato. Oh, those are clean. Nice. Yep, Stage of Cove. This is where the Cantina band plays. Nice. So apparently in at least one of the Lego Star Wars games, if you turn the music volume down to 0 in the menu, you see the Cantina band standing around there just like kind of nothing to do. Set up who shot first, it's who's clean. It's who cleaned first. Yeah, it can be very important because if you get clean first, you might get first dibs on food. You ever know. So, don't worry, I always take my time. Take a shower. I know I could probably be in the shower, out of the shower, and in and out of the bathroom quicker, but I'd rather take my time. There's something about being in the bathroom that just and taking a shower is just, I don't know, it's time where you can just like rest and reset, you know. So I can get in and out of the shower and done with the shower quickly. I don't like rushing myself ever. So I'll probably have a hard time at least being done with the shower quickly. Hey, no droids allowed. What do you think you're doing? Cleaning your stuff. What do I look like I'm doing? Relax, Wooer. He's just a class 3 worker droid. Shire Wookiee dilate detected. Very neat. Again, PowerWash devs always do a good job with their DLCs. They do good with recreating environments. They do good with the messages that are sent in there. Just always so full of lots of little Easter eggs that if you know the IP they're talking about, you can catch references and you can just also makes it very clear that they do truly love they very much respect the IP they're doing a power wash thing for. Oh, this dirty, oh my god. Yeah, at some point I'll get the Adventure Time DLC as well, just I want to get this one done first. I know there's also, like, I think there's also free levels they threw in as well, like the mucking. I know, like, the first one was the Muckington Files. I don't know if they called it that in this one as well, but there's free levels to be added as well that I need to. Maybe I'll do one of those today. Let's see. Assuming those lights count as objects. There we go. Ding ding. It didn't clean. Heck yeah. Let's clean now. It looks like this ceiling is divided into parts. Okay. That's nice. Clean. Wash it away, 'cause it's so dirty. So filthy and dirty. Let me see if I can go cove by cove. That'll be my plan of attack. Getting up ways I need to break it down. Break it down, burn it. Yes, me being the pro wrestling fan that I am, I'll forever think of DX's theme song when I hear the phrase "break it down." This even goes to when I was at one of my jobs. They were pretending to want to go to a Scrum Agile mindset of it's a better way to do software development instead of being okay. You do all of the design first, and you do all of the coding and all of the testing and all like. Now, in reality, you try to break them into parts. And perfectly, you want to break it down into smaller parts and all that. And I wrote down some notes because I was still I think I still had some my, I'm in school mindset. So I'm like, I'll take notes. All right, helpful, yeah. Man, every once in a while, I would break it down, DX theme. Because you need to make yourself laugh. Well, also, at that point, that job was trying to just kill my soul, so I need to find some joy anyway, so. A Scapic game that was going on. I'm trying to think if there's any. I'm trying to think of all the Star Wars games I've played, whether I've played Scapic in there and all. I know that there's, or Sabak. I know that there's Gwent in Witcher that I've played some. That's an interesting card game. There's probably a couple of games where you could play Sabak. I'd be interested to play it, see how good I am at it. Maybe I suck. I don't know. May have been that in, I think maybe like Star Wars Outlaws. Maybe in there you play Savik. I avoided playing it, and even now I avoid touching it because I don't necessarily want to give Ubisoft my attention because they do dumb publisher stuff. That's something to be considered like some good news. I know that there was a lot of reshuffling at Microsoft/Xbox where a bunch of studios, they didn't get shut down. They got to spin off and do their own thing again. I know that there's Double Fine who did the Psychonauts games, are their own studio again now. So now if you buy their games, you buy like Psychonauts, the Double Fine gets all the money. They're their own publisher now. And then whoever was that published South of Midnight, which is a game that's on my list that I want to play, they're their own independent studio again now. So now they publish it, they get the money for it instead of Microsoft/Xbox. So, you know, hopefully we'll continue to see. Hopefully we'll continue to see a way for a lot more smaller games. And we've been in that age for a while now too, where you don't need a big studio or a big publisher behind you to publish your game. You can just publish it and make oodles of money. So be mindful of letting a big publisher in, because they might do stupid stuff. I'm just jabbering because we're doing a streamer. What the? What's a com link? Ooh, fancy. That dude. Okay. I think the code is clean. Guess I'll come back to it later if I need to. I don't obviously start popping up there. It is a crocodile. Looks like a crocodile. It makes sense that the evolution of the alligator and crocodile and all those animals would appear anywhere. It's just I think that like alligators, crocodiles, and all their similar ilk have probably not. Don't imagine they've probably changed too much over the hundreds of millions of years they've been around. Okay, let this clean. Alright, making sure. If we got a good design just pumps up. Shalman, you know how I feel about droids. Well, you can still kiss my droided butt. Clean your cantina. Let's just make an exception this one time, okay? Any better? This place is gonna be dirty. It's gonna be real dirty. Lillian's already paid, and we don't want any more Imperials sniffing around. If you say so, boss, but this isn't the end of it. Well, better be the end of it. Ooh. At me. I'll power wash you. Better not be me and blood on myself. That would be embarrassing. We don't see Crocs or Gators, North Carolina. Probably never to the house otherwise. Barnhouse not living. You have to be dealing with like deep water. So That requires probably living next to like a swamp, which that would be kind of silly to be living next to. Plus, it's more of a thing as long as you keep away from them. And there might be the thing of, oh, they might attack or whatever, but I think it's crocs and or alligators. It's like, once they snap their mouth shut, it's going to be hard for them to open it back up. So they're going to, similar to Venus flytraps, which apparently only naturally grow in North Carolina, they're not going to snap their mouth shut at just whatever. They're not going to lunge at whatever. They're very much ambush predators. So there'd be a degree if you get eaten by a crocodile or an alligator, it's your own dang fault. Because like if a cat attacks you in those occasions, it's probably your own blooming fault. Unless it's a cougar in Red Dead Redemption 2, then they're just being mean. So I need to figure out how to make that short. I just need to dedicate some time to it. I think I hadn't spent so much time, I don't want to say being lazy today, but just being kind of just low energy today. May I would have figured it out. Maybe I could ask my person who's editing the E-Day video, which I sent them notes back, so I suppose we'll see how soon I get the video for E-Day thoughts. Maybe I could slide the bits of footage their way and they can do all that, because the editing that they do seem like it's pretty good for a YouTube short or an IG reel, so I'll definitely keep that in mind. So after that, to figure out what I am envisioning for how I want videos to look. And back wall. It is. Ooh, fancy. Okay, I think this will go 6-year-old, low energy, and I mean it happens. There can be 6-year-olds with low energy. Of course, 6-year-old has low energies, and of course my low energy is just like my brain just is weird. Although I think also I'm pretty sure there's times that do I think there's always maybe like a day or a week or two where just I can't help but be tired in the middle of the day. And it seems like I keep pointing it's something tied to the weather. I don't know what it is. I think I've narrowed it down to, it's like when it goes from, when the temperature changes radically, or about to be like entering another like block of like 20 degrees or so, or like the barometric pressure is changing, or something in the atmosphere or the weather is just changing. Usually when we're going from like 90-something degree days to like 70-degree days for a high, then it's just, it seems like that might mess with me. I'm not sure. At some point I'll narrow down what about the change in the weather is continually weighing me down. That way I can be aware. But today also may have just been just like low mental energy day, which that just happens and you just gotta roll with them. suppose it's an advantage of not being employed, is that if you just need to take a day and do nothing, well, you can take a day and do nothing. It can still bug you to high hell that you didn't do that thing, or you didn't look up and do that thing that you're going to do, and all of that, but, eh. There's probably also like 5 other things I could probably do to make my energy better, but it's also a thing of just, like, I didn't go to bed terribly late last night. I went to bed probably before midnight, but then woke up at 6 and was up for a little bit, and then just nodded back off again until about 10 in the morning, which seems to be, give or take, the time I keep waking up. Kind of annoying, but I guess I'm resting, I guess. At some point I'll have a good sleep schedule again and a routine and all that. For now I am just trying to do whatever I can, just let myself just sleep and rest and not do anything as much as I can. Well, I mean, a cat's always a positive thing. Yeah, so. And cat can also just bug you until you're finally up and doing something, because either it's time to feed them, or I think there are times where Olive is just, like, actually trying to look out for me, I think. Feels like it, at least. I'm going to take it, I'm going to interpret it as sometimes she's bugging me because, like, hey, you kind of need to get up and, like, do something. Like, hey, I haven't seen you eat lunch yet, so I'm going to bug you till I see you make food. Again, is that the case? I'd like to think so. I'm going to assume the best. Listen, word of warning, Imperial officers have been scouting for droids. Heard it had something to do with some stolen plans. I'll take it you had nothing to do with it. This is not the droid they're looking for. Again, there's people that have said that if you really want to establish a habit or a routine, or like there's something you have to do every day at a certain time, give your cat a treat, because you might forget to, for example, take your medicine. Cat's not going to forget, like, oh no, I'm owed a treat right now, what are you doing? What is this, the thing I'm hearing going off? 7. Olive was meowing for tiny storm. Can't remember the last time I got back normal time. Yeah, again, Olive insists on, like, hey, you have to feed me. What are you doing? Yeah, it's a good thing about getting a pet is that if you're going through a rough time, then taking care of that cat or dog or whatever can give you something to focus on, and you can have people a hard time just because you're like, well, I gotta take care of this creature, so it can't be your forever solution, but it's certainly that gets you through a hard time. It can give you a reason to push through when you don't necessarily got another reason to push through. So, man, something that no matter what you got, something like that, like, hey, I got this creature that I'm gonna be happy that I'm home. Because I doubt the best part of me coming home from work every day is to see Olive be so excited to see me when I get home. Don't. I think this is not referencing Han, but this might be referencing another a bounty hunter character that was added in more recent years in Star Wars. So I think a lot of people seem to like him. So I don't know his name, but I know I've seen images of him. Don't quite know when in the somewhere in the Star Wars animated stuff, maybe in Clone Wars he's at, or maybe it's one of the other animated shows they've done. Maybe at some point I'll watch more of the Star Wars animated stuff, because from what I hear, a lot of it just the Clone Wars is really, really good. I just need to come up with a plan one of these days, or have someone that can show it to me. Scrub it up. Ocean stable, dirty. Wash the flow. Wash the flow was clean. Okay, this a cove. A clove should be a cove. A cove should be clean. Alcove. I know the English. I also know the English has a lot of the words in it. with tiny bits of dirt, ones that have more pixels or wall texture and doom. Yeah, there's also a degree of me kind of being sloppy where I probably would have gotten them all. I'm probably being just a little sloppy and not as precise as I would like to be. Although in here there's a bit of a, I don't think it's cramped, but there's like not a lot of long straight lines. And you take 3 steps and you're bumping into like a table or something, so you kind of have to do it at some kind of odd angles from time to time. Get that out of my way. Again, if you're controlled enough and all that, you can get it all and not miss anything too major. Clean that wall. Get it clean, get it clean, get it clean. If you're playing this with a mouse, just spray the power wash all over the place. I mean, you could. You could certainly do that. Might not be the best tactic, but you could certainly do that. It might be good for knocking off a lot of it and then just being left down to just the tougher nitty-gritty stuff, but you also might be able to maybe even aim a little bit better with a mouse. And now what? Hold on, I can see some stormtroopers sniffing about outside again. I'm sure it's fine. They're probably just passing through. I'm actually pretty sure that if you you sign into your Xbox profile, you can play on your PC, you can play PowerWash, at least the first one, even the second one. I think they both are, I think they're Xbox Anywhere, where you can play it on your console or on a PC. I might not be. Now this blaster, I think we might recognize to be a certain scoundrel that we all know and live, potentially. Yeah, I know that I did try out the Xbox Anywhere with the first PowerWash. I was playing it on, I'm pretty sure it's my gaming rig, and it was pretty neat to do. Different experience. Definitely was getting some of my controls confused because I'm used to a controller, not mouse and keyboard. So I was having to try to remember and figure out where things were. But I think I remember getting pretty used to the mouse and keyboard control scheme after a while. Which is probably easier to go from controller to mouse and keyboard versus vice versa. Because because I did try this controller on my PC to play Helldivers, and I think I have to play with it a little bit more. I think I almost got it, but I couldn't quite figure out how to map stuff to the controller so that I could either just like pull out a grenade versus like just quick throw a grenade. Thought of something. Why is there a giant gear on the wall? Decoration. Maybe it's some kind of thing of like, hey, this is a gear from some important ship that crashed here. I think it kind of looks neat. Again, if it is supposed to be from some ship that crashed at some point, or a ship that was being decommissioned that meant a lot to the owner of the cantina, then makes sense. Might be something too. There's like a NASCAR bar, for example. Maybe they'd be able to get like a part of the door from a car that meant a lot to them. Or maybe the owner of the bar was a former NASCAR driver and they were able to keep like a wheel or a mirror or something from their car and just put it up in their bar. Okay, from there. Okay. Just knock out these alcove things before I move on. Boom. Boom, and say it with me now. Boom. Okay. Ooh, 69%. Nice. leave the floor and all the stuff out here for last. Just because. Is there a civilized way? No, but I might just do that. Okay. Thought I heard some bear nut. Get this clean. It's not be so sparkly. Clearly when it's done. Heard something? No, that could have been anything. I'm sure it's fine. I mean, it sounds like a creature of some sort. It would be surprising if there'd be a creature somewhere on Tatooine that wants to murderize you. Don't know what would be around the cantina necessarily, but there might be a bit of it depending upon, like, what. I don't know canonically what the area around the cantina really looks like. Because if you go by how it might look in the first Battlefront games, just like sitting on a corner, because all of Mos Eisley is just a, I don't say a giant, but like it's an urban environment. I don't know if there'd be a dangerous creature necessarily right next to the bar, but could be. I don't think they're near the Scarlac pit. I was just asking for customers to die. No, we be customers that way. Just dead customers. pit, not the later home video release with the pit as to its CGI beak. When it comes to George Lucas's redesigns, there's definitely a degree of, I don't know. I always want to lean more heavily towards it. It's his IP. He can redesign stuff if he wants. And maybe like that's how he always imagined it being. Just in 1977, they couldn't make it do that. But doesn't mean that's a good idea. But there's definitely changes that people seemingly want to like lose their minds over. Like, it's his story to tell. It's his universe. But then there's also a certain point where like, you can't be changing all that too much. But that's also we just get to probably like, is it a good change or not, I suppose. But also we're dealing with, especially today, we're dealing with people on the internet who just want to complain about stuff. So it changes at all, it's the end of the world. So I'd have to look at all the designs for the Scarlet Pit and see. It may have been that just that's how he always imagined it looking. He just couldn't make it look like that. And so at that point, probably it was 80. Let's call it like early 80s, just to keep it simple. He probably just couldn't make it look like that. And again, we still get to debate about whether it's a good look or not. But there are people that don't have that argument. They just have the I don't like that it changed argument, which that's dumb. Because it's probably a thing of like, if you can make a change like that and then justify like, okay, at least give you credit for that. I may or may not agree with it, but at least I can give you credit for it. Who knows why he changed it? Maybe somewhere it was said why he changed it. I just haven't looked, because I just know that people like to just complain that anything changed at all. Although it's a creature, I think that's just like the drink machinery probably doing some stuff, maybe some pressurization or pipe emptying or something. This is what I'm going to have to give it a little fine-tooth comb to find things I did or didn't do. I think one of them contains space coffee, maybe. One of these might be coffee, who knows? Still probably not likely to be alcohol, but you don't know. One might be coffee. Coffee. Wouldn't be able to tell you if it'd be any good or not. Coffee just ain't my thing. But now there's coffee buried under like 2 or 3 other things, and maybe I can do it at that point. If you really those actually coffee because it's buried under too much stuff. It's like, just enjoy your drink how you want. Don't get too all up in your feelings about it. Mm-mm. 24, never had coffee day in my life. I've had coffee maybe. I probably need to also delineate between like a cup of coffee and like maybe like some Starbucks drinking by like a glass jar. And that's maybe 2 or 3 times for me to find like, okay, yeah, either I don't know how to make it or I just had to bury under so much stuff that it's not worth my time. I need some of you to try something. Well, coffee can smell really good. I do enjoy a good trip down the coffee aisle at the grocery store. The coffee does smell good. I just don't like how it tastes. And if I'm going to drink it, I might as well drink something else. I'm going to put that much sugar or milk or whatever else in it to hide the taste. Which you start into similar arguments about, like with alcohol, it's like, well, you have to like acquire a taste for it, then why am I drinking it? So there's some of you just want to like, because with the coffee, there's the caffeine, and with the alcohol, there's the alcohol properties to it. So it might be a thing if you are trying to hide the taste of that because you're wanting the, we'll say the effects of alcohol or the effects of alcohol or effects of the coffee, then you don't want the taste. You do want the effects of the coffee. I always think Randy Savage. I know there was a promo where Randy Savage was, I think he was cutting it on Ricky Steamboat going into Mania 3. You know, he's got about Ricky Steamboat's cup of coffee in the big time. Randy was really good with the, I want to say the prop comedy, like the prop stuff like that, because, you know, like the cream of the crop. It's another one that he did. Helped me, like, after he fought Steamboat. There may have been 1 or 2 other promos that Randy did revolving around a cup of coffee as well. There we go. Yeah, that sounds like just something's going through the pipes. Okay. It's not a monster trying to eat me, thankfully. Because that would be bad. That'd be bad. Duck and move it. Wash it. See if we can get the bar clean. Have a clean bar. God, Randy Savage promos are just amazing. You can just watch so many of them. I was showing, I know why it was. I was showing Byron like various wrestling promos from, I showed him Superstar Billy Graham. I showed him, I don't know if I showed him Hogan or not. I showed him Savage. I showed him Ultimate Warrior. And the reason is that we were watching, the first Predator movie was on television, and of course Jesse Ventura borrowed some of his persona from Superstar Billy Graham. Of course, in Predator, Ventura's character says, "I don't got time to bleed," which is just a badass line. Like one guy went, "You're bleeding, Sarge. I don't got time to bleed." I showed him Superstar Billy Graham, because Billy Graham had some, just you hear Billy Graham promos, you're like, oh, that's a good wrestling promo. Or one of his phrases was, "I'm at the part of the hour, too sweet to be sour." I know that sticks out in my head is, work in the morning, work out for 5 hours, so across the Atlantic Ocean, work out running around the Death Valley, something like that. Can't remember. It was a video the other night. That was a compilation of Randy Savage Slim Jim ads from in the 90s. Either he loved them or he's like, yeah, sure, I like the money. He loved something, whether it was those or it was the money, I don't know. In fact, I have no idea if Randy Savage actually liked them or not, but you'd probably think of just like, you're gonna pay me lots of money? Alright, I can do that. Apparently, at least for like the first bit of Savage's career at WCW, I think this is true, that the paid contract for like the advertising deal for Slim Jim with Randy Savage was so much that it actually almost paid or entirely paid for Randy Savage's contract for a while. Just whereas they were just like, yeah, we'll pay Savage like $750,000. We'll get paid that much or more by Slim Jim. Like, sure. We get Randy Savage and we get the Slim Jim money. No problem. Nope. Sure. Yeah. Talking about that Billy Graham promo, that Superstar Billy Graham promo. I wake up in the morning, I work out for 5 hours, so across the Atlantic Ocean. There's something else like running through Death Valley or whatever it is. And there's another one of just, it was near the end of a promo he was doing. It's like, you do see the superstar in living Technicolor. And if you don't have a color television, go out and hawk your car and buy a color television set so you can see the superstar in living color. You hear him talk, like, okay, I understand why people model themselves after him. I understand why Vince McMahon, like, wanted him to be his guy and why he apparently got the idea to call his wrestlers superstars from him. Looks like the stormtroopers are finally leaving. Wait, what's Wither doing talking to them? Wither, are you that one guy? I think I know who that one guy might be, potentially. Okay, I gotta check that. Oh, him. Right, cool. So where is the barkeeper of Tatooine, and apparently lost his parents in the Clone Wars and really didn't like droids for that reason. That makes sense. Yeah, and Superstar Billy Graham, just watch various promos of his, and he was really good at the promo game. He really was. Truly, truly great. Billy Graham probably could be a bit of an a-hole, but hey, man, just... he earned his money. That that might be Yavin and Yavin, the Moon Yavin 4, maybe. But it's not the Death Star plans, because he had a planet, I see a moon. Huh. Neat. Neato Speedo Batman. Lower cap. Lower cap. Oh darn, floor cap. Dark Side of the Ring about Billy's health decline was tragic. It was, yeah. It's also something that's just not uncommon for people from the 70s, 80s, and even the early 90s. They just abused drugs, and they abused, in this case, he abused steroids. I think he abused them to the point where he became infertile, I think, if I recall correctly. Just can't be abusing stuff like that without it catching up to you. So don't abuse drugs, kids. Use them in moderation. I know there was the documentary that WWE put out about him. I think it was like Superstar Billy Graham 20 years too early. Or maybe 10 years too early. I mean, he was a little ahead of his time, but then you get to see that type of character in Hulk Hogan, Jesse Ventura, and even a little bit Scott Steiner, people say, is a, I don't say a derivative of that, but it's like you can see like, okay, I see like, you know, big muscular dude and talks and all that. And Scott Steiner's another one that showed Byron, where just Scott Steiner just says crazy shit. Let's just be blunt. He says crazy shit. And I showed him the Steiner math promo, and I'll point out, it's like the percentages don't work like that, but the math that Scott Steiner said in there all do add up to 144 and like 2/3%. It does add up. It's still not right, technically, because it's not how percentages work. But he at least had the math right. And in wrestling, you have to have some just insanity. Something like that. It's like, I have an over 100% chance of beating you. That works as a wrestling promo, you know? So. Clean it all up. Clean it all up. Hey. Sorry about the mess. So I just need to see where the camera is placed for all these levels. Droid, you have been commandeered under suspicion of espionage. We think you might be one of the droids we're looking for. And if you're not, we'll find a use for you. I am not the droid you're looking for. Okay. I guess next up will be the, I think it's the Imperial Bridge. Let me... Caldera Chronicles. Did you watch the Scott Steiner say questionable things did I put in the wrestling talk section Discord. I don't remember if I did. I need to if I haven't. I can go back and find it. Something else that's interesting that AEW is doing is they're putting up like a 7-part thing showing Ospreay going from getting his neck surgery to coming back. They've put up 2 parts so far. The videos aren't too long. And it'd probably be worth watching that. Probably closer to All In when they presumably have all 7 parts up to show Ospreay's journey from getting the neck surgery to coming back. Oh, it's been a bowling alley. Hi, Soki Doki. Soki Doki. Welcome to Fumeral. Now that we've got all our funding back, we're free to do more than chop wood and pump out gas all day. Who knew? First up in our cultural region program is our once legendary Pin City Bowling Alley. It hasn't opened its doors since 1986 when something weird went down and its ownership suddenly mysteriously shut up shop. Shut up shop, yeah. Don't worry though, there's no ghost or weird stuff in there that we know of. What? What? Messing with the gain of the microphone, that way I don't blow up people's eardrums. Okay. I'm trying to last time I went to a bowling alley. It's been years. Not opposed to it, just haven't got around to it. I had nobody wanting to go bowling. Shut up shop. Tap dancing. Credits mouthful. Yeah, I don't know why that phrase tripped me up for a minute. I think that's the proper term for it. Yeah, they shut up shop and moved. Certain phrases are just like that. Hi, Spencer Elliott. Did you get in okay, Soki? Quit calling me Soki. We knew we'd given you the right bunch of keys. We couldn't expect there to be so many on the ring. I know last time I went bowling, 2019, company that I worked at the time, they did a Christmas function. They did at I think it was probably like an entertainment thing, and there was like some bowling. I remember doing that. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time. I do kind of miss working at that company, but they also managed to find several ways to screw me over the years. So, I'm not like gonna bash them, but it's like, yeah, they could have treated me better. Anywho. Apparently there's like private equity places buying bowling alleys, and then instead of the traditional way of like resetting the pins, they just like put them on strings or something. Seems like one of those random changes you make for no good reason. Trophies. so creepy? I don't know. But you know, it comes with a phrase like "shut up, shop." For some reason, there's just certain collections of words that just, you know, like, blah, 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 just tongue tied for some reason. Maybe it's just too many of the same letter. But it's usually because it's too many of the same letter. PowerWash and everything, goody doody hey. Get it all clean. Oh, that's just being weird. I had to spread it at a weird angle for some reason. 1986 Caldera Cup. Ah, yeah. I'll presume that was a good tourney. Or cup, as they might say. Sometimes, like, by having a stroke. There could be certain times where it can feel like that, potentially. Other times I'd just be just... Let me slow down. I know I can say it. Also, English can be weird enough sometimes, where just, even if it's, you know it's proper English, you're like, this doesn't sound right. What's one that comes up? I think it's like sometimes the technically proper English is to say that, but it doesn't sound right. It's just something like, there's no way I shouldn't be repeating that word. It doesn't sound, that just sounds wrong. But no, it's not supposed to say it. So you got to say it. That's good and clean. Clean this ruby ceiling. Go it dirty. Get dirty. Get dirty. It's so dirty. You grody. Hey y'all, there's a fancy power wash man outside Pin City. You think it means what I hope it means? That's being decontaminated. My cousins used to break in there, and trust me, that place is nasty. No, you donut. That it's reopening. No, you donut. Do love a good insult word. Just you call them just some everyday object, but for some reason, calling them everyday object just is such a savage insult. Obviously, it reaches out here. Got more out this way I can wash. Also a thing of seeing English as I've gotten older. It's kind of stupid. By high school, I was at a point of effort. Let me say it how I want to say it, so let me spell it the way I want to spell it. As long as people understand what you're saying. And plus, language changes over time. Words have gone through a couple different spellings. They just get accepted over time. As long as people understand what you're saying. And as long as when it counts, you can do what you can write the proper, correct, formal English. That's all that really matters. I always just go with trying to spell everything and do everything as correct as possible just to avoid me being misunderstood, but as long as people understand you. And again, language changes over time. And there's multiple jokes about what the English language is. I just say it's the bastard child of 4 languages of whatever language was in England: German, French, and a little bit of Latin. There's also 3 languages or multiple languages in a trench coat. 3 blind guys in a German dictionary cobbled it together. We mug other languages for their spare vocabulary in dark alleys. Because I think we have rules and we have exceptions to the rules, because we have these other words that come from somewhere else that just don't quite fit the old rule set. But because England was one of the prominent powers in the world, and English is just gone everywhere, and then the U.S. has become the predominant power, so English stayed being a major language in the world. So, again, as long as you can write proper English when it really counts, then that's what matters. There's definitely also, when it comes to English, a degree of probably some rules that, like, the really particular nerd about it might care about, but for everybody else, it's like, no, that's just kind of clunky and weird, so we're just not going to do it that way. As long as people understand you, that's all that really matters. I think pretty much every language that's been, any language that's been around for a few hundred, a few thousand years, you're going to see that it's radically changed over time. Because of contact with other people, and just more and more people just speaking it, going, this is awkward, this is weird, or hey, I have this other way of saying it, I like it, and everybody else just adopts it, like, hey, it's a good word, hey. water closet, which is what they call bathrooms in. I mean, it's just in the UK. I want to say, like, in Ireland, they still call it a water closet, but anywhere probably like the British slash the United Kingdom were for an extended period of time, they call it a water closet. But I definitely using the Queen's English, around the King's English, since now we have the King of England, not the Queen of England, but. Go wall. Some people are like, your, you know what I'm saying, what difference does it make? I don't need the word please knocking my brain every 5 seconds. Yeah, again, I always just try to use the proper one. That's just me. Part of it is just like I don't have the patience to deal with people being particular. Again, as long as people know what you're talking about, I'm not gonna be that worried about it. Just if there was like a super formal setting, just know how to do it. That way, it's not something to get on you for. Yeah. Not sure how many formal settings you would be in, so it may never truly matter. For me, it might matter because I might need to be. I've had to be, talking with in a professional setting. So when it's not in a professional setting, it doesn't really matter. Yep, it be a gnome. Also be in my way for that moment in time. Clean the flow. Get on that sinking, cause it's the flow. Okay, that's clean. No. Just place it there. You can just take a nap. That's clean. That's it. Like how you can power wash the popcorn bags. Scientists, but I don't think those bags are blasted by a power washer and get all that soggy feeling. They probably would, technically, yeah. Again, there's got to be a bit of a, yeah, I suppose it is a video game. It may have been out of adamantium or something. I have no idea. Maybe let them dry out enough, they'll be fine. I don't know. Washing shoes, that's something I thought I'd see. Well, they're in the way, so you do what you gotta do. Probably something that'd be overkill for those shoes, but they'd be clean. They would be clean, so that's all that matters. Like I say, you didn't think you'd see some power washing shoes. What did you think you're going to be seeing today? That's the real question. Maybe you thought you'd see more Red Dead Redemption 2, which, if I hadn't spent all day sleeping, I might have, but I just wanted a low energy thing, as I said earlier. Wash it all good, wash it all real good. Sneeze, wash it off dirt, wash it away, 'cause it's grody. Mm-mm. Pin City's reopening. Let's get going. Favorite memories. Go. How many levels are in the base game? I still don't quite know. There are probably a few dozen. I'm also certain that somewhere they say how many there are, but I just haven't looked. There's definitely still quite a few achievements I don't have for talking about levels that I haven't even completed yet. So, if I were to say a random guess, I'm gonna probably say at least 25 levels on the base game. That's a complete guess. Also, again, I've done so many levels already. And I know that there's still achievements referencing. At least 25. Let's say at least 36. Let's say at least 36. Give or take, maybe 35. Because there's still so many levels. So many achievements talking about do this on this level. Like, I haven't gotten that level yet. So, I still definitely have a ways to go, and I still could probably make a lot more chill streams of this. Just out of base levels I haven't done yet. Like if I haven't gotten that far, I'd rather power wash my brain and have fun with this game. Yeah, I probably got pretty far, but also, yeah, it's just, for me, this isn't really about like, well, I gotta get everything done. It's something gives me something to do, and there's something times where like, yeah, I want to see if I can, get all the achievements, but this is mainly just, I really just enjoy this. I enjoyed Power Wash. It's just a calming game where I can just kind of tune out, and also be good for if you're streaming and just want to hang out with your chat for a while. Is just do this, be kind of passive, and be able to chit chat for a bit, kind of like we're doing. Except with more people, but the more people will potentially come at some point. But for now, I'm hanging out with my brother, which I'm not gonna. I'm gonna appreciate that. So. At some point there'll be more people. Let's see if I can start putting clips out. Or people just find me at some point like they have in the past. But, anywho. I suppose the advantage of getting the whole game done is now you know what levels you have that you can go back to later on if you want. If you're just looking for a particular challenge or vibe, you know what you got. You go right there. Okay. Wash it all away 'cause it's so dirty. Wash this surface 'cause it's so filthy. This way you're with me and Fluffy Kitty, 2 for 1. Yeah. Yeah, Olive's over there. So. It is very nice. Favorite memory without a doubt is the checkered. So checked higher shoes. I swapped in my sneakers for a pair and I walked out with them still on. My sneakers were getting old anyways. I can for WIW. I can't recall what the acronym FWIW means. Most popular is slang. What does FWIW mean? For what it's worth. That's what FWIW is, for what it's worth. Alright. Now I know. Yeah, apparently it's not like it's super popular. For what it's worth. Yeah. Yeah, apparently it's an acronym that's not the most popular to use or most common. Yeah, I knew I'd seen it before, I just couldn't recall. I cannot recall. Seems like it would be a more popular acronym, but apparently not for some reason. Some things got John, some things don't. Thank you for confirming it. Get it all nice and clean. See if I can finish that part of the ceiling next. After I get the stools and at least part of these bowl and bowl cabinets done. Okay, you're done. Feels like it's weird and awkward to put the bowling ball cabinets right here. Of course, I haven't been in a bowling alley in forever. It makes perfect sense. Especially just being in the way of people sitting here like, yeah, excuse me, sorry, let me get a bowling ball, you know? You know what, I haven't bowled in forever. Okay, what part of this isn't clean? Yeah, looks like it's in the divot there, okay. Yes, balls, yes. Let's get this ceiling clean, 'cause it's so dirty, oh God. I'm also pretty sure that that runs out here. Okay, that's why I stopped. I was trying to get this whole lobby area, I'm presuming, all clean now. Bumping into things. Yeah, this should be a good spot to knock out a bunch of the ceiling. As I back it up 2 steps. Wash it all down. There could be disease. There could just be general yuckiness. Wash it all away. Hear balls. I'm trying to hear Beavis and Butthead, which is, when you hear balls, that is an appropriate thing. Balls. It is very appropriate, yes. Oh, cool, that's clean. Okay. That's the part that keeps running into the, let's see. Let's get these clean, then I'll determine next plan of attack. Walk around here. Gotta keep walking around stuff. It's in my way. Okay, I need to get this really interesting divider. Makes sense for a bowling alley. this clean. So determine what's still dirty. I think well, I see up here. If I can get up there. Boom, that's clean. Seating area wall. Okay, that goes all the way down there. Washers. Funhouse haven't done it. The fact that two grown men like us get chocolate out of the word ball shows that we're still children in the inside. Again, growing old is required. Growing up is optional. Complete any job using only the Urban X double turbo nozzle, solar system, shopping mall, town floats, stone circle job, mini roller coaster, fun house, motel, theater. Yeah, again, right here we got several jobs that I haven't unlocked yet. There's one, like a stone circle job. I know what job that is. I just need to go back and try to do that thing. Let's see if we get the ceiling clean. Ceiling clean, get the ceiling clean. I'll show you achievements. See those achievement of like, you know, get a strike or something, but apparently not. Drop off if you can't. You can't really roll them. Oh well. Please. Probably have to move these back out of the way in a moment, but at least for now, putting them about where they need to be. There we go. Okay. That ceiling is clean. Oh no, poor boy being broken half. You shall suffer. I'm she would say break his back, make him man bad. Just asked Happy for his favorite Penn City memory. He was there the night it closed down. Says it was wild that what went down. What went down? I don't like the sound of that. Now that's more like it. Out with it, girl. He can tell you himself, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Clean. After whatever happened here, the light goes down apparently. actually see if I can get the seating area ceiling and trim done, and then I'll step away for a few minutes to go take care of Olive. Then should be able to get this level done on stream. Shouldn't take supremely much longer. Might take more than an hour, but I should be able to get it done on stream. We'll see. After some of these levels where some of the area is easy to do, and then you start almost slowing down a little bit because it just still takes so long for some reason. Wash it away, 'cause it's dirty. I'll wash it away, 'cause it's not good. And see the fan's clean, that's so good. I don't know what else to talk about, so I'm gonna sing randomly. There it is. Okay. I'll be back in a few minutes to feed Olive, and else just stretch real quick. Be right back. We are back. And we use PowerWash. Heck yeah. Well, I'd say she's well fed. I didn't manage to boop her nose, but maybe I'll boop her nose later. Cause it's boopable. Brush my hair. This wall's so dirty, it needs to be clean. Oh my goodness. For all you dudes want to hear my Pin City Saga, I'll see if I can dig it out of the Great Jelly. It's been a while. Caldera Cup Championship night 1986. Everyone was there. DeMarcus was going for 5 in a row. I'm presented, but I was running hot. So was Omar, Velaz, and Josephine. Sound like a good crew. Promised to be a heck of a night. Tune in at 70%. That's 1 step. That's 2 steps. That's 3 steps. Ah, yeah. I think we can do the seating benches and then go from there. Maybe even the floor. Probably the things I'll clean first, but I'd still like to at some point do a video where I try to determine how I think this is all programmed. So I need to see if I can do the video for was it sort out or clean up the arcane library where you reorganize all the books. I still never did that one. So I feel like I probably need to. So I probably actually need to dedicate a lot more brain power to job hunt. So I I might have person who can edit videos, but I may not have much for them to edit for a while, because I just won't have the time and energy to get that all figured out. Because part of working with that editor is also going to be trying to ascertain what it is I want. To some degree, if I don't know exactly how I want videos to look sometimes. I want to try new and different ways of doing it that isn't just me blah blah blahing at the camera, but also might be times where me blah blah blahing at the camera is what's needed. It's all clean. By the way, if you need to reset a lane, there are bowling pin buttons on top of the cabinets. Top of the cabinets. Turn rack. Cabinets. I'm not misreading that right. They do mean there's like buttons on top of cabinets somewhere. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Pulling out of my GTA 4 as well. Me and Byron talked about, we do hope that in GTA 6 they do bring back a bunch of the old levels, a bunch of the old side activities like bowling, like pool, like basketball, because they can do it to make the world more vibrant, more lively. Why not do it? They've shown in Red Dead Redemption 2 that they can add a lot of things, make the world just feel alive. They'll go detail too. For example, apparently, like you watch an NPC get a plate of food, you'll see them like eat it. Like slowly, the food will all be gone. Eventually, they'll be done with their food. So. So again, I hope they do bring back a lot of the side activities from over the years and put them into GTA 6 because they can do it. They've done more than GTA 5 over the years too, but earlier than ever. The hell you mean I didn't clean both doors? There. Stupid slushy machine. I think of all the solitaries they've had in GTA over the years. There's been bowling, there's been pool, there's been basketball. Redneck Rampage, or bowling alley and Redneck Rampage. You need to go to get to a drive-in movie theater. Well, you're out in the middle of bumfrick nowhere and play with those rednecks. There's going to be a bowling alley. Bowling alleys can be fun. But again, yeah, apparently that sounds like something you'd have to go look for in Redneck Rampage. Those are the cabinets. Yep. Go loot. Here's the ding of the game and keep thinking of Taco Bell sound effects. Well, there only was so many sounds in the world. Of course, Taco Bell's are like boom. So it'll be more if you were to hear. I'd probably better associate that with like the Undertaker. Because that's very deep. Hearing something outside could have been fireworks, or could have been something else entirely. Think of what else you could associate with that dinging sound. I think like the bell that you might ring for service or for like an order up kind of thing in a restaurant maybe. But you can also probably associate with. And the order up thing makes sense because hey, this is done. So we'll do ceilings and then move down. My logic behind it being that if you're washing this in real life, you'd have the dirt from there like falling down, like soap and dirt and all that falling down on the floor that's already dirty below. So you one part cleaning in to one part like, hey, you know, well, it's already dirty. Who cares if some more dirt falls on it? We're going to be cleaning below it anyway. So am I a big old nerd for thinking that way? Yes. Do I care? No. Do I still need to make a nerd sound alert? Yes, I do. It's one of probably way too many things I still need to attempt to do at some point. Every round went as you'd expect, but then everyone became aware of this kid who turned up. What was his name? Can't remember, but it sounded kind of stuck up. Jake Crust, something like that. Jake Crust. Anyway, he could spin a ball like no one I'd ever seen. I mean, out of hand, it looked terrible, but then the spin suddenly kick in, and that was it. The pins were down. This kid caused a riot. That's what it is. He caused a daggum riot. That's what it was. I have no idea. It'd be funny though. Yeah, back to side activities I've had in GTA over the years. I wanted to bring back valet missions full on. Because there's the one set up mission for a heist in GTA Online where you get to be a valet, but it's like, that's not the same. I want the valet missions from San Andreas. I love those. Yeah, I can kind of get my fix from the forklifting missions that they have in online now. Where it's just like, yeah, I love, running around causing chaos, stealing cars and all that, but also something I also do like about just doing like, I guess like, you can kind of like a real job like that, something like calm. That's the antithesis of all the chaos and crime that you cause. Like valet missions or forklift job. And I like to bring those back. Again, yeah, basketball. I think that was air hockey. I think I could be wrong about that. Air hockey doesn't know those things. It just I'll participate in. I don't care. It's kind of fun. But I know pool. I think it's very easy to bring back pool. That wouldn't be a problem. Bowling. Yeah, I'd want to bring back bowling, because why not? Just give us all the side activities. Why not? Why not? Give the side activities and the ability to hide icons on the map like they did with GTA Online after a while, because there were just way too many icons. Pizza delivery side mission. They did bring back the pizza delivery side missions in online, but instead of you just like chucking them, you now get off the bike and deliver them by hand. They added paper delivery, where you will drive around and then you'll just like throw the newspaper from your motorcycle that you're on. Your delivery paper for the LS Meteor in online. Online also added in, it's not quite the vigilante missions. They added in dispatch missions where you might go and like, hey, save this witness, hey, go bring to this place and steal some evidence. They added in firefighting missions where you go and you can put out fires, or you're stopping a gas leak, or you're rescuing a cat off of a tall building, something like that. Off of the roof, at least, of a building. They've added quite a bit to GTA Online. So they have a lot that they've added there, and they've got just so much they still could add, and new stuff they probably even talked about yet. And they could definitely add a lot of. They could add like a hunting mechanic very easily in GTA 6 because of Red Dead Redemption 2. Same with horses if they wanted to. Fishing, they got great. I like the fishing system in Red Dead Redemption 2. It works, I think. And we're going to be in Florida / Leonida, so you gotta have fishing. Hunting, maybe you couldn't hunt everything and get rewarded for, but you could certainly hunt, maybe certain animals. I think they might be able to expand up to like northern, southern Georgia, not northern, southern Georgia. You just have somewhere that's just the woods. Oh, and also fuck the people that are trying to beat GTA 6, because one, fuck you, two, there's going to be a good chance that some of that's potentially out of date anyway, possibly, and three, fuck the leakers. Just fuck leaking people's hard work, man. Oh, we want to, get on Take-Two and all that for, making it non-physical. It's like, I don't like that there's no physical edition either, but that's not going to do a goddamn thing, because I understand corporate logic enough. They'll find a way to where it's not a problem. Or there is a problem, but it's not because it didn't go to physical edition, Fuck the executives and the higher-ups at all the companies that do stupid bullshit. Anyway. Still need to actually pre-order GTA 6. God, well, I think the person that leaked it was just that they have something against there being pre-orders, which anyone has an issue against pre-orders, like, oh, why don't you just, buy it day of? Why does it matter why you pre-order? That's going to run out. It's like, well, I know I want the game 3 months out. If it's not going to be a difference if I pre-order it or if I buy it day of, let me just buy it a few months out because I'm going to buy it anyway. And whatever stupid logic they have, like, I'd go back to, again, I know I'm going to buy it. Let me just buy it right now, and I know I've got it good to go. Oh, you do forget? Me? Yeah, I might actually forget until day of, or keep putting it off until day of. Are there other concerns with digital stuff? Yes. But getting on people like, oh, why are you pre-ordering? Like, it's run out. It's like, because I want it. But then Velos started watching him, like really watching him. He noticed that during every bowl, this kid tapped his wrist just before the mad spin started. Oh no. This kid's cheating. So Veloz goes over to ask him what's up with his special ball, and the kid just turns full banana. This wide-eyed, panicked grin comes over his face, and he laughs out loud like a supervillain, only really awkward. Come back at 90% to figure out what's going on with that kid. Okay. Okay. Wash. Steam and GOG have always been digital. Both turned out just fine. Yeah, it's because Steam and GOG have a thing of, they don't do DRM. So you own the thing. Like, full stop. Unlike with Sony, Microsoft, even Nintendo, where it's be a thing of, yeah, no, you don't own it. You just have a license till we revoke it. And we can revoke it at any time. So it wouldn't be surprising if we do see a big resurgence in just PC gaming, because consoles either just aren't cost effective anymore, or people just get sick and tired of all the shenanigans that Microsoft and as like recently Sony are willing to pull, where Sony just said, yeah, 500 movies that people own digitally, poof, out of people's libraries. But we bought it. Oh, but we revoked the license. And Sony just wanted to go full steam ahead with, we're going all digital for the next generation. And there's people already like, nope, I'm done with Sony. That's how you're going to be. Nope. And man, my only reason to keep going Xbox is because me and Byron have been in that ecosystem for forever and a day. It's still our primary, like, everything when it comes to gaming. But I mean, if I can help him build a halfway decent gaming PC, or if the next Microsoft thing is something that seems like it's very much like, yeah, you can have Xbox and I think the rumor is Xbox and Steam and like other things on it, then that might change things somewhat. But I mean, the thing about it, everyone's like, I just want a gaming thing, man. And now I've got me a gaming rig and I'm happy with. I'll upgrade over time too. So now that I've kind of like started off with a gaming rig, now I'll probably always have PC be my backup thing and just Xbox, because that's my main way to talk to Byron sometimes. I'm certain that he and I could change our habits if we needed to be through more like Discord and all that. But we'll have to see. And it's the thing of eventually the big companies are going to realize, oh, we done screwed up. Byron's one that he likes having a physical copy of games, and I don't know if he's thought too much about the next generation of games and all that, but it's sort of a thing, like, it will definitely get on him. It's a feeling he's not going to like it either. Probably doesn't right now, because he's been going through a bunch of stuff, so I don't know if he, like, fully registers that GTA 6 for everything is, oh, it's just a code in a box. Which I'll probably tell him at least one more time to make sure he understands, like, yeah, you do not get a physical game. You get a case, which, alright, cool, but because the cover for GTA 6 is nice, like all the GTA covers are, but I mean, I might as well just like buy a poster at that point, because I'm not like always displaying the game case. I have the game case because it contains my physical copy of my game that I own because I really like this game and I want a physical copy of said game. But I don't know, that's to some degree all that's more of a when needing to consider the next upgrade in gaming hardware thought, not a thought for now, at least not for him. Yeah, I don't imagine I don't think he's jumping for joy. I think that he's not going to be very happy with that. And we just need to figure out what Xbox exactly is doing, because there's keep being rumors they have a way to still, like, to do something with physical games, where it's like you can still have your disc do something with no like disc drive, but like you like digitally download it and then like you demonstrate like, hey, yeah, I forgot what it is. There's something that Xbox wants to do with digital, with like physical media, with physical games, like is where it still matters to have physical media. Case with a code that points to the paperweight. It's a nice looking paperweight, but kinda, yeah. It's like there's kinda not a point, just. And for a while I had thought, like, well, there's a certain point where even if you, I own a physical copy of Fallout 76, which is more of, I got the disc, I was like, oh, well, that'll help me download it faster. Than when I went to install Fallout 76 when it first came out in 2018, it was still mostly online. So it made me just say, like, okay, well, maybe like games are getting a bit too big for discs, but then I saw somewhere where somebody pointed out, like, discs today can hold a lot. We're talking, if I remember the numbers right, it's like well past what any game is now. So it's not an excuse of, oh, discs can't do it. It's like, yeah, they can. It's just the poor corporate execs might have to take a slight pay cut if the disc is a little more expensive. Assholes. But yeah, I still need it. If there had been a physical edition of GTA 6, I would have had GTA 6 pre-ordered already. But I think I'm still kind of just like, I don't want to just get it digitally. I want to get it physically, but it's only gonna be a digital thing, so. It's the thing, I'm not against there being digital copies of stuff. It's just you give people the option. And it's something else of when you're buying something off of the Xbox Microsoft Store, that's well, I think with Sony it's much more strict of, you buy something off of Sony's storefront, well, that's the only way to technically buy anything. Even if you're buying codes, like we were buying a code for their storefront, so Sony doesn't have to worry about prices or anything, they charge whatever they want. Microsoft, it's different because Microsoft is also on the PC, so it might be a thing of Microsoft's not going to be, even if they go do full digital or mostly digital, they're still going to have to be reminded of like, oh yeah, because we also are, people can do our stuff on PC as well, we got to worry about Steam, we got to worry about GOG, we got to worry about everything else. In this case, they have to worry about Steam in particular. I think Steam's probably where a lot of the new releases are going. I could be wrong. I don't know the entirety of the PC ecosystem yet to know whether GOG is just like any like older stuff or if there are new releases on there or not. So, but it's like, I always want there to be competition, and always want there to be choice for the consumer. Because if you want to, because there's some games that I'm just going to buy digital because I don't love it enough to get a physical copy of it. But there's other games like GTA 6 that it means more to me, so I want a physical copy of it because that just means more, you know. And there's ways you can, like, have physical stuff. I mean, just, I'm not going to yank out my card, but, you know. Well, just having the game be that. So DeMarcus goes rush to get, right, I'll get back to you in a moment. Get right, but before he can get there, the kid lets off one of those ninja smoke bombs. Then, like some kind of human squid, he was gone. The next day, the doors were closed. Rumor was that the kid had parents in high places and got it shut down out of spite. Could be. Well, I mean, Rockstar has their, wait, there's more. WoW. I mean, Rockstar has their collector's editions, a bunch of in-game digital stuff, which I'm fine with them selling extra stuff. That's them doing DLC like it should be done. I mean, they could do a physical thing of like, you know, here's, you know, a poster, here's like a statue of the protagonist or whatever. You know, they could easily do that, you would think. But then again, they can still have their cake and eat it too, where it's like, well, we'll sell this physical stuff, then only sell you a code of the game. So there's still nothing forcing them to have a physical media thing of that. And right now we're talking about like, oh, you can like do whatever on PC. Well, GTA 6 ain't coming out to PC for a while. So And they can kind of have a stranglehold on the Xbox and PlayStation people, because if they want it, they gotta get it off of certain digital storefronts. So corporate executive logic is they know the optimal way to nickel and dime, all while it requires them doing so much more work and going through so much more headache and doing so much more PR, when there's times where it's just so easy. It's like, just don't be a jerk. Just listen to people. It's a lot easier, and you still got a license to print money. I'm sorry, it's not going to be maybe quite as much, but it's also a thing of, it seems like people are going to be, rightfully so, up in arms that GTA 6 doesn't have a physical edition, so you're going to then miss out on, because in theory, you're going to have a lot of the people who are buying it digitally no matter what. So why not, like, still do the digital sale, but then you also have the physical sale. So you might, in theory, get more people to buy it. But I'm just not Galaxy Brain executive enough to understand why they operate the way they do. Because if it ain't that, then it's them just being assholes and saying, well, we want you to actually own it. We want to be able to, like, have complete control over it for whatever reason in that way. I don't know. You know, I always go with the philosophy of just try to do it the way that causes you the least problems. And the way that would cause you the least problems is just make a physical edition of it. Granted, we also need to get the... We need to do a lot of regulations of the ultra-wealthy again, but... And you and I just don't think are Galaxy Brain executive enough to understand all of their reasoning. Or at least we can't get past the... But more people would buy it. But it would cause you less headaches, kind of thinking that I know I have. Because, yeah, it's just like, just do both. There's people that are going to not care. There's people that are going to prefer digital. There's people that are going to want physical. Just just do it, you know. Let's see, one of these rare times where they're going to, or maybe they still are in that mindset of like, well, we're going to make plenty of money regardless, which they will. Because there's people that just want to play the game. There's the people that would have bought digital anyway. Maybe they'll still make oodles of money. But again, it comes down to the thing of, but you could make even more and not have to worry as much. It would be less of a problem. Again, maybe I'm just too, maybe I'm just not rich enough to understand. And if I'm never that rich, great. I don't want to be that stupid. Because I don't understand it. It just feels like, it sort of feels like being executive is so much work. Well, then again, it shouldn't be. But they stick their nose into everything and just find new and creative ways to just ruin perfectly good ideas and systems and all of that. I'm like, I thought you were supposed to be like lazy and not do anything. Why do you keep sticking your nose in everything? Go be the lazy mofos that still ain't worth your millions of dollars. At least they ain't screwing anything up. Because there's probably plenty of rich people that, there's examples of that. People who have a lot of money, just, they'd make more money if they just sat on it or just let other people do stuff versus, well, I'm going to have all these ideas, I'm going to force y'all to listen to me. And I was like, no, just invest your money and shut up. You'll make plenty. You'll still have no idea what to do with all your money. You let other people do the actual work. Tax the rich. Tax billionaires out of existence. And that's the Czar's political statement for... That's the Czar's political statement for the day. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here tomorrow probably with another one. Unless I'm really serious about, like, not staring into the IRL void. But also, fuck the rich. Look, they're ultra wealthy. They don't do jack diddly or shit. They make stuff shit. Yeah. But yeah, again, all of that about me just really preferring physical media and all that. I'm still probably gonna. At some point, I'm gonna have to buy GTA 6 if I want it, because I really do want it. And it's still, just I don't know what exactly what we're gonna have to do as a community to like change it, because it's so frustrating with the executives. We're trying to fight executives because we boycott. Well, it doesn't just hurt the executives; it hurts the people down below. And of course, because look, there's many sales. We gotta let people go. Sorry, we had low sales normal. Never mind that we were doing dumb shit. Man, still license print money if you do digital and physical. Dumb motherfuckers. At some point, this won't be a problem anymore, but for now, it is. I'm almost done with this level. And then I'll go make dinner, and then AEW will be on. Got no Challenge Cup, the C3. Some good matches to be expected. Yeah, if I do all this, it'll be all good. Long-winded rants with like, yes, that's how I can be sometimes. Imagine if I had an audience. It doesn't just make sense. Also, just makes sense to me. Also, F the rich. I do thank you for listening, not just being like 5 minutes in going like, hey brother, how you doing? I got like everything else to do. Sorry, bye. It's not people listen. It truly is. Besides myself. I always listen to myself, and man, am I long-winded. I just want what's best for the world, for as many people as possible. So. Clean it all up. Clean it all up. I guess the last point I'll make about it is that if executives think they're supposed to be like, oh, we're supposed to maximize value for the shareholder and all that, and if their true intention is like, oh, we want to like control what people do and all that, then again, you're not selling physical editions, which means you're going to have less sales, which means you're not providing the maximum value to shareholders, potentially, which means you're doing a bad job as an executive at that point. Just thinking out loud, of course. I feel like I'm the only one that listens. Yeah, there's times where it is really good to be someone to listen, because everybody needs to be listened to at some point. So it's good to be someone who listens to others. It helps people a lot. So because sometimes they just need to just word vomit, and they feel better. So never feel bad for, oh, all I do is listen. Like, well, that can help a lot. Because some people also just need to In programming, there's something called, I think I don't remember what it's called, but it might be called like the rubber duck method, where you're trying to debug a problem, and what you might literally do, or at least pretend to do, is have a rubber duck on your desk and like talk to the rubber duck, try and talk through the problem. And through that, through talking through it, you're like, okay, now I figured out what's wrong. Now that I've talked through it, it can help a lot. Again, it sounds goofy, but it can help so much to figure out something. Oh, it looks so pretty. Oh, it looks so pretty. Hey, Soki, stop calling me Soki. I just heard from 1986. It wants its bowling alley back, but it can't have it. The place looks incredible because it's turned out so inexplicably well preserved. We're reopening an all-new Caldera Cup. Hopefully see you there. Let's hope that tech kid doesn't show up, eh? Although, guess he must be in his 50s by now, so I reckon we would catch him this time. Yeah, the only one that listens on like that. Yeah. Yeah, maybe one day he'll learn to listen. Maybe. But this has been fun power washing. It's been fun also chit-chatting with you, brother. I do not know what I will stream tomorrow. Guess I'll figure it out. Guess if my brain wants to have another not great brain day, I'll do this again. Because there's still plenty of levels, and I'll play through old ones. I don't care. So if we have something to chit chat about while I'm doing it. Alright, so I'm off to go make dinner, and then I'll be back tomorrow at about 4 p.m. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.